I know you've heard this word being thrown around online. So let's talk about macros. Macros is short for macronutrients, and it's just a way of classifying what you eat. Nutritionists and experts have been using this term for as long as we've been studying nutrition. And macros are technically the 3 energy-containing components of food: carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. But in recent years, tracking and strategizing your macros has become far more popular. And it's not just for experts anymore. Normal people actually use macros as well. It's a great way to build awareness and control so you can track what you eat in order for you to get to your goals. So to be clear, macros is not a specific type of diet. Every meal, every day, every ingredient has macros. Whether you use them to track or guide how you eat, well, that's completely up to you. So now the big question, why should you choose to track your macros? Well, for one, doing it for a while can be a real eye-opener. Track for a few weeks and you will actually get some insight on why you've struggled in the past. You'll see what a reasonable portion of the foods that you eat actually look like. And you'll see how extra calories can actually sneak and flood into your diet. And here's another reason. You can actually eat pretty terribly and still hit a certain calorie target for the day. It's a lot harder to cheat on a well-designed macro-based approach to eating. So it's kind of like calorie counting, but upgraded. But that's not the only benefit. Once you have a grasp of macros, you can really take control of your nutrition and make it fit you. You can dial in your meals to match your taste and your cravings. And you can do it while staying true to your goals. So it's like a house. Once you build it, you can design it, decorate it, paint it however you want. You can make substitutions in meals or recipes when you need to, or if you just want to. You can use macros to lose weight, to gain muscle, or if you just want to eat dessert. You can enjoy carbs, fats, or both. And you can thrive on a wide range of eating styles and do it confidently. But we get it. Tracking your macros can feel like a big, intimidating step. So let's talk about what they are and what you need to know in order to make sense of them. So when starting off, counting macros may sound like something you're doing instead of counting calories. But the truth is, it's just a different way of counting calories. And that means you need to know how many calories you should be eating in order to do it. So how do you find that number? Well, the easiest way is to use our calorie calculator that you can find on your V-Shred app. A calorie calculator takes the specifics of your body and your lifestyle into account. It factors in your gender, age, height, weight, activity level, and yes, your goals. Our calorie calculator takes the specifics of your body and your lifestyle into account. For example, if you're looking to lose weight, you don't eat the calories of a weight gain diet, and vice versa. And once you have this number, it can be helpful to think of it like a budget that you have to spend every single day. If you're way over budget every day, you can expect to gain weight, whether you want to or not. If you focus on only cutting calories and going way under budget, yes, you can expect to lose weight, but you might find yourself tired, hungry, hangry, and not particularly happy. But if you have a well-chosen budget and you stay close to it, you can make steady progress towards your goals. No matter if your goals are weight loss, weight gain, or just weight maintenance. And yes, that is a thing too. So what causes so many people to feel like their nutrition is out of control? It's because they don't see the value-based approach behind what they're eating. They spend way more than their budget for weeks and even years. And then they go way under budget just to try to make up for it. And then they wonder, why am I gaining weight? Why am I hungry? What is going on? On the other hand, with a consistent macro-based approach, it's amazing what you can achieve. All right, so let's get down to the numbers. Every meal and snack that you eat has a cost in calories. And that cost gets subtracted from your daily budget when you eat it. And with the exception of calorie-free liquids like water and tea, everything you drink has a value as well. And its value comes in the form of 3 macronutrients: carbohydrates, protein, and fat. And adding another layer of complexity, those macros don't all cost the same amount. A gram of protein contains or costs 4 calories. So does a gram of carbohydrates. A gram of fat, on the other hand, contains 9 calories. And every day's budget can be broken down into percentages of those 3 macros, which always adds up to 100%. If you look at a V-Shred custom diet plan, each day's breakdown is right at the bottom. This particular day from a medium carb day of a carb cycling meal plan is about 30% carbs, 40% protein, and about 30% fat. If someone tells you what their macros are, that's what they'll usually phrase it as, 3 numbers, starting with carbs, then protein, then fats. If you start looking around online, you'll see dozens of different numbers out there, ranging from super low carb to high carb, high fat, high protein, you name it. Carb cycling, which is a style of eating that V-Shred clients have had great success with, even has different extremes of macros in the same plan. And it doesn't change the daily calories more than 100 or so calories in either direction. A low carb day might be something like 20-40-40, while a high carb day might be like 50-30-20. Honestly, the same calorie number can be broken up into dozens of different macro percentages. So which number is right for you? That's really a personal choice, and one that you can change over time. But to help you understand how to turn your percentages into measurable numbers, let's use a pretty popular balanced diet breakdown, which is 40-30-30. That's 40% carbs, 30% protein, and 30% fat. Let's say your calorie calculations say your target for the day is 1800. On this macro split, that would look like this. Carbohydrates at 40%, which equals 720 calories, protein and fat at 30%, which equals 540 calories apiece. So how does that equate to actual food? If you divide that carbohydrate calorie number by 4, because there's 4 calories per gram, you get 180 grams of calories. 540 calories of protein divided by 4 equals 135 grams. And 540 calories of fat divided by 9 equals 60 grams. These grams are what you'll see on a nutrition label for pretty much any food you buy or look up in a nutrition database. 3 scrambled eggs and a cup of strawberries, for example, looks like this in macro terms. And when you break up your daily totals into, let's say, 3 meals and 2 to 3 snacks, then you got something you can sink your teeth into. So a very common question, if 2 foods have similar macros, can I swap them? Absolutely. That's the beauty of macros. Our V-Shred coaches actually give our clients what we call a food swap Bible. It offers dozens of proteins, carbs, fats, fruits, and veggie options that can be treated interchangeably. And once you find your footing in macros, you can absolutely add your own favorites to the list. Another question, and this is a big one. Do you need to be exact or perfect in order to make macro counting work? Perfection in nutrition does not exist, and you'll never be 100% accurate no matter how hard you try. Even the data on nutrition labels can be off by a surprising degree. So what's good enough? Our V-Shred nutrition team recommends thinking of your calories as a range, with 100 to spare on either side of your target. And for macros, being within 10 grams on either side of your carbs and protein, and 5 grams for fat, is a good enough target. To be clear, especially when you're learning, getting to good enough will almost definitely require you to weigh and measure your food, both while you're cooking it and when you're portioning it out. Yes, you can absolutely learn to eyeball your portions over time, but it takes months of consistent tracking to get there. So be patient and forgive yourself when you make mistakes, and keep moving forward one day and one meal at a time. As you become a macro master, you can learn to eat anywhere, including restaurants. This is why eating the macro way is a lifestyle and not just a diet. One more question we hear all the time. Do I need to follow my macros in order to follow a macro-based meal plan? And here's the surprising answer. No, you don't. One thing our members love about having a meal plan is that our coaches handle all the macro counting for them. All you have to do is prep and portion, follow recipes, and eat. You may not even know your macros, but you get the same benefits of tracking. Believe it or not, this approach actually helps to instill the same ability to eyeball portions and swap foods over time. And with a V-Shred coach, you'll get unlimited questions and make unlimited changes to your meal plan. It's like the nutritional education you always wished that you had. Now go start practicing, tracking, and mastering your macros.